What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Titans Time Podcast. Gonna be doing something a little bit different this time. Not really gonna be talking about the Titans as much. But as football fans, everyone who loves football can't wait for the Super Bowl. See what teams are going to make it, see what the outcome's going to be. So we wanted to give our thoughts and predictions for this Super Bowl of the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It's going to be the biggest game of the year, and I mean, obviously, we wish that the Titans were in it, but Kansas City and Tampa Bay, without a doubt, are the hottest teams in football right now. I mean, obviously because they're in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
But Kansas City is coming in 14-2. They're playing out of their minds, and Tampa Bay has the best quarterback of all time. I mean, it's going to be one of the best Super Bowls to date, in my opinion. I mean, you literally have Patrick Mahomes, who is the most electrifying player in
sports entertainment.
In sports entertainment. I mean, seriously.
He's a man.
There's a lot of people that say that he could retire right now and be a Hall of Famer. And then you've got Tom Brady, who obviously has the best resume of any quarterback ever. So,
I mean, just to add to that resume, he left New England his first year with the Buccaneers. He's taken them to the Super Bowl and done something that we haven't seen happen before, where the stadium where the Super Bowl is going to be played, it's basically going to be a home game for the Buccaneers. I mean, we've never seen this happen before, where the stadium where the Super Bowl is being hosted, the home team is playing in the Super Bowl in their own city.
And I mean, I guess you could say that Brady's not a system QB. I mean, he's kind of proven that.
Brady is the system, right?
That kind of seems like it might be the case. But, I mean, we won't talk too much trash about Bill Belichick or anything.
I think Belichick is a good coach, but you know,
I think people were giving a little bit too much credit for Tom Brady's success. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl, but first, I'm going to let you know where you can find us on social media. Also, before that, make sure that you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you think is going to happen, who's going to win, what's your predictions for the Super Bowl, all that good stuff.
Share the video with your family, friends, just everyone.
Get it out there. Make sure that we're getting that view count up. And make sure that you're following us on social media. The two that we're most active on is Twitter, it's Titans_time, and Facebook, Titans Time. We're also on Instagram, Titans Time Podcast, and you can check out our website, titanstimepodcast.com. All right, let's get into this. So, the Kansas City Chiefs obviously are the favorites here. I mean, no doubt about it. They are 100% the best team coming in. It looked like they were absolutely bored out of their minds coming into the regular season, or coming into the postseason. And the regular season. I mean, it's too easy for them. They literally have this thing going where their guys just want to come back to win Super Bowls and be the best team ever. And
still wondering how they managed all this with the salary cap.
The money is fake. The money is fake. The salary cap is fake. They're just paying guys what they want and saying, we'll deal with the salary cap later. Let's win Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is.
I'm just going to come straight out at the beginning of this video and say that that's what they're going to do. They're going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, whoa. I do not think Tom Brady's going to win. Although I did see a pretty interesting thing today. The Madden Super Bowl simulation had it pretty much basically ending the way that the Malcolm Butler interception Super Bowl ended, where the Chiefs were driving down the field. Tyreek Hill catches one outside at the 1, and then Mahomes scrambles and throws an interception at the 1 yard line.
Wow.
So, I mean, that would be kind of crazy.
That would be
honestly
crazy.
I mean, I would like to see that just because it would be wild that would happen twice in Tom Brady's career, but I think Kansas City Chiefs are taking this one.
I'm going to, since we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and say I have Kansas City winning as well. And my reason for that being, I just feel like, yes, they're going to be without one of their tackles, which could play into the hands of Tampa Bay's pass rush. But they definitely have to be able to get home with just 4. They have to be able to get pressure with 4. Because everyone else is going to need to be back in coverage with all the weapons that Kansas City has. don't get me wrong, both of these offenses are loaded when you look at talent and everything. But I still feel like the Chiefs have the advantage. And, another advantage they have, basically this whole entire Chiefs team was in the Super Bowl last year.
Yep.
I mean, there wasn't much turnover to this team. So they had the experience, whereas on Tampa Bay's side, the only ones that are going to have this really Super Bowl experience that are going to be out there playing is Brady and Gronk. Don't get me wrong, Brady could be enough by himself. I mean, more Super Bowl wins than anyone. And
I mean, Gronk hasn't really been that, featured in their offense.
Right. But I think that Kansas City's offense is just too explosive, and not taking anything away from Brady, but he's getting older. He can't push the ball down the field like Mahomes can. I mean, Mahomes, if he's in the pocket, he'll hit you with a bomb for 60 yards, and if you let him get out of the pocket and get a running start, he's throwing the ball 70 to 80 yards in the air.
Jeez.
And I mean
that's a little far.
I don't think it is. I think with that running start, he could easily hit 70.
Oh, yeah.
But
the dude's got a cannon, basically.
He does.
The way to.
But he
long
also
story short.
He also throws in that scrambling factor where if you aren't able to get to him with 4, but maybe you push him off of his spot, if you don't contain him, he can get out of the pocket and make stuff happen.
Right.
So I think the Chiefs are just going to be too overpowering on offense, and Tampa Bay is not going to be able to push the ball down the field quick enough to keep up with them.
Well, I'm going to counter you real quick right here, and then we'll get into our score predictions.
All right.
But I'm going to actually say, and this is going to sound a little bit weird because Tampa Bay actually has a better defense than Kansas City, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think it's going to be a defensive game. And now that seems a little bit weird, and it also seems a little bit weird that I would pick the Chiefs, considering if I think it's going to be a defensive game, Tampa Bay's got a better defense, whatever. But I really think it's going to be a defensive game. I think that points are going to be pretty decently hard to come by. I mean, when you've got the Chiefs and the Buccaneers on the field, I mean, it's hard to not have at least, a decent scoring game.
Right.
But I think that defense is going to be a lot more prevalent than what a lot of people think. And the only reason I think that Kansas City is going to win is because I think that they're just going to be able to outplay Tampa Bay's defense just a little bit more than Tampa Bay is going to be able to score. I mean, I think it's going to be a defensive game, but I just think that Kansas City will be able to squeeze just a little more points out.
I mean, I can see that. Like I said, I think what it's going to come down to is just it's the biggest game of the biggest game. I mean, and like I said, a lot of Tampa Bay's players haven't been there, and whenever you make it to that first big game, sometimes the nerves get to you. Even if you are a really great player, you're in the spotlight. The whole nation is watching, and you have to show up.
Most of the time, people that don't even watch football are watching.
Right. I mean, you look back last year, the Chiefs made it for the first time. Yes, they ended up winning, but they didn't play like they had been playing.
No.
And the rest of the playoffs and everything. I mean, you seen the Niners go up on them. The Niners looked more ready for that game than the Chiefs did. But we've seen last year in the playoffs and even this year, I mean, no lead is safe when you're playing
Absolutely
the Chiefs.
Not.
I mean, the Texans, you would have thought they had them dead to rights last year in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, you get to the start of the third quarter and somehow the Chiefs are taking the lead with a score.
Now, it wasn't a big lead, but the Bills were up on them. I mean, the Bills jumped out early.
Well, the Titans jumped out on them early last year.
Yep.
And so that's why I think that they just have so much firepower that they're going to be able to overpower the Tampa's defense. Because if they can't get pressure with just 4 and they have to start bringing blitzes, then they're screwed. Especially if he can get the ball out quick enough, because who do you double team if you're having to blitz? Do you double team Hill so he doesn't burn you over the top? Or do you double team Kelsey because he's going to be right there in the middle and he's a matchup nightmare?
Well, you've got to play the perfect defense, pretty much, all game long. From start to finish, you got to play the perfect defense.
You got to be able to drop everybody back and get to Mahomes with 4 and keep him contained.
So now let's get to our score predictions. I mean, honestly, like I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, and I think it's going to be Chiefs 21, Tampa Bay 17.
Wow.
I mean,
man,
I'm talking under 40 points here.
Golly,
Gamble responsibly. Take the under.
That's really, I don't think that bad of advice, because really, if you think of Super Bowls, they're, especially where this one's opening, it's opening at like 56.5, I think.
Now
Or
listen, these
something
are
like
two
that.
high-powered offenses, but
Right,
I
but if
really
you-
think people are underestimating the defense.
Well, if you look back at Super Bowls, more times than not, it is on the under, depending
Right.
on what it's at. I think I was seeing that stat somewhere. I've been telling people.
That sounds really credible. I think I saw that stat somewhere. I think.
No, don't hold me to it.
I
but-
don't think I dreamt that. I think that was somewhere.
Don't listen to me. I'm not the best bettor out there. I mean, I do all right every now and then, but I've been telling people for the past 2 weeks when they've asked me about my thoughts on this game, I think the Chiefs are going to win by 9. Now,
Okay.
I'm trying to come up with a score prediction in my head that makes sense and is a score that you could actually see.
30-21.
I was going to go with the Chiefs 36 and the Buccaneers 27.
Gamble responsibly. Chiefs -3.
But like I said, I don't think this game's going to be a blowout.
No.
I don't see the Chiefs winning by double digits, just because I think Tampa Bay's defense is good enough it can keep them in the game, and their offense is good enough to score. But I just don't see them being able to push the ball down the field enough. So Chiefs by 9.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I don't know. For some reason, I've got this super weird feeling that it's the first half is going to be like almost impossible to watch. Absolutely no points. Things will open up a little bit in the second half, and then it's just like Chiefs win. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch because it's going to be Tom Brady and Mahomes, and you're on the edge of your seat literally every second of the game because you're like, okay, Mahomes is about to bomb one to Tyreek Hill.
Right.
But you're going to be on the edge of your seat all the way to the end of the game because it's like nothing ever happens.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen, I'm not like a genie or no. Who is it that tells? I'm not a future. What are those
teller?
people? I'm not a
Fortune teller?
I'm not a fortune teller. I mean,
But-
I have no idea. Honestly, I'm just spitting stuff out of my
my
ass.
thoughts, the reason I think it is going to be a little bit more high scoring is because last year you seen the Chiefs offense wasn't really firing on all cylinders, and I just think they're going to be more prepared this year, and they're going to be more relaxed. And when those guys are relaxed and playing their game,
It's,
man, it's scary.
they're impossible to stop.
You got any bold predictions?
Um,
I figure we throw one of them in there right quick.
39 points or less.
39 points or less. All right. I say Travis Kelce is going to have 12 catches for
250 yards.
130 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Okay. So now the last thing before we end the video, we saw the Chiefs this year. I mean, I guess you could just kind of say it might have been because of the boredom. Or I mean, I don't know, but we saw them come out with some trick plays. I mean, they had some trickery going on. They had some different things that they were throwing out, trying out. Do you think we see some kind of Philly special kind of magic?
It's the Super Bowl. We're gonna see. It's probably gonna be good for a combined between both teams, 2 or 3 trick plays.
Yeah, I mean, people are they're just going to pull out all the stops for the Super Bowl.
I mean, you have to. It's the last game of the season. You
Tom
want that ring.
Brady might, run a route. Well, it didn't really work out so well the last time, but he might run a route.
His hands just need to be better.
I mean, we might see all kinds of different stuff. I'm just ready for it. I mean, Super Bowl, it's as far as football goes, it's what you wait for every year.
It is. And, hopefully we see the Titans in the Super Bowl next year. Like I said, we just want to throw something different out there, talk about the biggest game of the year. We'll be getting back to our Titans-related content, very soon. I'm sure within the next week we'll have another video out as far as relating to the Titans. But, yeah, just wanted to get this out there. And if you haven't already, like he said earlier, make sure you go down and subscribe.
Yeah, go subscribe, like the video, comment, do all those good things that help us out. This has been Titans Time. Chiefs -3.